record, and there we go.
I'm gonna need some.
I think we've had a couple new faces on, which is so fun. We love new faces.
There's some people who are not muted.
Lisa, oh, I know. I might have to manually. Let's see. Okay. I think it should sound okay now.
Oh, there's that Elisa P girl.
Oh man, that troublemaker. She's always causing some kind of ruckus.
There she is.
There she is.
She's not showing us her face though. Oh good, there's Stephanie. Okay. Some of y'all are gonna have to show your faces because you know I'm about to call on you.
Oh wow, she brought her Georgia out on that one.
She brought her teacher Georgia out.
She called Georgia on us.
Oh good. Okay, here come more peeps. All right, because this call is not being led by me. Let's just go ahead and clarify that right now. All right, guys, it is, what is it? It's the last Wednesday of August. Like, what in the world? I don't know about you guys, but I have been crazy since Nashville, in like a really good way. Like, I'm feeling some really cool energy from myself. And I'm feeling some really cool energy. Okay, I just got freaked out because I saw Greg walk in, and I thought like Mark was walking into my office. Like, it like freaked me out for a second. Okay, sorry. Oh my God. Anyway, I also haven't slept much because I've been doing this whole like new morning routine thing, which I want to talk about because I think it's really important for me to bring up. But I just have been feeling some really cool energy, and I hope that you guys are feeling it too. I've been feeling like you guys are getting really bold, and you're getting out of your comfort zones, and you are receiving the energy from that. And I want you to really pay attention to that feeling if that's you, because this is what it's all about. And you guys know this about me. I am really, really big on being intentional with the universe and telling the universe my intentions and what I want to do, what I want to promise to the universe. And so that's been one of my big things since we've been back from Nashville is making a promise to myself and a promise to the universe that I am promising to be consistent in changing up my morning routine and reaching out to people and having those big, scary conversations. Because even 5.5 years in, I still have big, scary conversations. Like, I still get those same butterflies, and I still wonder, am I saying the right thing? What are they going to say? And so I've made a promise to myself, and I've been writing I have my gratitude journal right here next to me, and I've been writing in it every single morning. It's double-sided like this, and one side I've been doing gratitudes, and the other side I've been doing affirmations. And it's been so much fun. And a lot of times I repeat myself, but who cares? I'm being consistent with that. I'm being consistent with getting up every morning and stretching. So one of the things, this is like such a random thing to stick with me from Celebration, but do you guys remember when the science panel was up? And I always forget the Dr. Arnie Arnaud, or I can't ever say his name. I forget, the Indian guy. He was like, motion is lotion. Does anybody else remember him saying? Thank you, Allie. Okay. So he was like, motion is lotion. And I was like, oh, he's like, any movement is good, right? Like, you want to get your body moving and get the creaks out. And then I've been meditating. So I've been like sitting alone. I've been stretching every morning, which feels incredible. I've been putting meditation music on my phone and just kind of like having a quiet time. I've been doing my gratitudes and my affirmations, or I've been going to Hot Works and working out at 6 a.m. And I'm telling you guys, I'm tired. Like, I'm exhausted. You know what I mean? Like, I'm expending a lot more energy, and I'm not sleeping as much, but things are changing. Like, people are responding to me in a different way. And I feel like I'm just scratching the surface. And that's really what I wanted to kick the call off with tonight is if you're not feeling that energy and you're feeling like a little stagnant or uncertain of how to kind of get things going, and like try changing up something in your day. Like when we get into the same sort of routine and nothing is like, you're not changing your energy in any way, try change something up. So like if you go to a certain coffee shop to work, try a different one, right? Or if you drive a certain way to work, try a different route. I mean, it can be like the most like silly, simple things, changing your morning routine. This is something that I have been telling myself I need to do for years, for 5 years. Everybody who I follow, all the successful people who I listen to every day, or whose books I read, or who I see having success, guess what they all have? Every single one of them have a morning routine. Guess what my morning routine was? Roll out of bed and get on social media. So I've forced myself to stop that. I will not get on social media until I have done something different to start my day. And it's really given me a lot of clarity. And I've really enjoyed it. So that's my challenge to you guys. But this call is meant to be open mic. Okay, open mic. And I am super excited about it because we need to hear from you guys. You all have perspectives. You all, those of you who were at Celebration, I know you have the most amazing tangible takeaway that there's probably a good chance I missed. So I'm dying to hear from you. And if you weren't at Celebration, we still want to hear from you because you were watching us from afar. Hopefully, Camille, I'm looking at you. Hopefully you're feeling some of our energy, right? And you've had your own stories and things happening in the last couple of weeks. So I don't know I'm just going to do a raise of hand. I'm the teacher looking at you, and I want to see who raises their hand. All right, Camille, you're such a teacher's pet. Oh, wait, where are you going? Where'd she go? Oh, there she is. Okay.
Oh, she shut her door.
Okay.
I'm here.
Hi.
What if all of a sudden she just left? And
Wait,
were
Like,
like,
I just needed to get it quiet.
Funny story before Camille talks. So speaking of working out in the morning, let me tell y'all who's a boss at going and working out in the morning. So Camille and I were both at Hotworks the other day, and I was half asleep and she was coming out, and it was one of those like, I was like, Camille? Like I literally saw her, a good friend of mine, and it did not register. She was like, hey.
We really stared for like a minute, like, is that you?
am I still asleep?
And that's literally how it was. It's like,
It was like 6 a.m.
it was 6
You
So I had just
smart
finished
people
and she
are
was
crazy.
coming in.
So, you might run into somebody and not realize it because you're half asleep. It's all
Yeah.
good.
So,
All right, let's hear it, Camille.
so I don't have any like words of wisdom or a lot of motivation to share. But as some of you saw with the message I just put up, and Andrea knows a little bit, these first 2 weeks of the school year have been just crazy for me. Y'all know that I'm a teacher, but I'm also a grade chair, which means I'm responsible for 103 ninth graders and communicating with their parents, their teachers. I'm like a grade dean. And this year I have freshmen. So that's a whole nother thing in and of itself. But like last week, less than about a week into school, I had to pull a ninth grader from class because her father died unexpectedly. And it was just like, it's just been this crazy emotional thing. I've had crazy parents coming at me, not about me, but it's just been, and I've just been so frustrated. And then just trying to get like all that stuff done. My kids starting soccer, and I know we've all got these issues. And I really hit a low point, I think, a few days ago. And I went in and looked at one of my longest customers, actually. And Andrea, you know who she is. Like last month, I like told her, you've got to stay active. You've got to do this. And then I looked and she had gone inactive and has actually lost a whole lot of potential money. And it just like, it really hit a low point for me. And so it's just, anyway, you all's words of encouragement were great. And I'm just trying to think about, okay, give it a couple of days. I know this will settle. I'll find my routine. I'll find my place again. But yeah, it's like, don't give up is what I'm saying. Like I was at a low point and I'm slowly coming out of it. and I'll find my place again. And Andrew, you're right, doing stuff. The one thing that's helped me is the workouts every morning. I work out at 5:30 every morning, and so it's really helped keep me sane. So I don't even know if I have any words of wisdom to share. It's just me just voicing and venting and
That's
needing
what this is for. That's what this is
and getting it off my chest. But like motivation, we all have our low points, and I refuse to give into it, and I'll find my place. But yeah, so that's it. Nothing major.
I love that. And I think, it's part of your story. It's all part of your story. Every single thing that we experience is a part of our story. And sometimes when we're in the moment of our stories, it's really hard to be in the moment. But embrace it. Ask yourself, what are you supposed to learn from this? Right. And you've already decided, we've talked about the word decide, right? It means you can't go back. You've already decided that you're going to keep going. So it's just a bump in the road, and it's just going to make you stronger. And you're meant to experience all of this. And, we have all had people lose money because they didn't listen to us. And it can be like the most head banging, like, are you crazy? But it's theirs, right? It's not on you. So you did everything. I know you did, because I helped you and I saw it. So you did everything you could do, and moving on, right?
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing. And and Amanda's right. That's why we're here. And it's good for all of us to hear to hear experiences, because that's what makes us grow, and it reminds us that we're not alone. Therapy. Okay. Who else is going to share? Abby. Okay.
Oh, let me unmute you, Abby. Oh, wait, there you go.
Am I good?
Yeah.
Okay. So, hi everybody. So Camille's story is like a perfect segue into how I've been feeling, because I was feeling like that. Like, I'm doing all the things, and I kept telling Andrea, like, I'm doing all the things, and nothing is happening, and nothing is happening. And I had a huge takeaway, although at Celebration I had a million takeaways, but one of them was when, I think it was Zach Slobin said, don't define yourself by one season. Like, in this moment, this is what I'm living, but it won't last forever, whether it's good or bad. And I was in kind of a not great place for a while, like full of gratitude, and I was putting in all the work, but, I'm still not, also, as Amy Bruton said to me the other day, like, I'm seeding like crazy this week. And I feel like I did so much seeding. And then this week has been amazing, because finally I've had all the conversations with several people that I've been wanting to have for so long. And I was like, I had been so excited about having these conversations that they were effortless. I didn't feel awkward. I wrote out the compensation plan like 4 times this week. Even one person, I didn't get to it on the phone with her, so I recorded it and sent it to her in an email. And I was like, hey, I know we didn't get to this part, and it's crucial, but I don't want to, like, you're my friend, and I don't get to talk to you very much, so I didn't want to spend that friend time where we really talked about the products and how they can help her. Like, we didn't get to this, but I know we talked about it. So really finally getting to the meat of the conversations that I want to be having with these like 5 women that I've been, salivating over for like months. Like, I want this. I want you to do this with me. And so, and it's not the end. It's just the start of all that. So it's like, okay, finally it's happening. And I can't wait to see what happens next. So this is only like the first step in the seeding, and the first step in the season. But, I was joking with Andrea earlier today, like, that's why I don't give up in 4 days, because, it's going to take a while, and I'm still brand new to all this and still trying to figure it out and still have no idea what I'm doing. And thank God for all of you that are helping me figure it out and encouraging me along the way. So.
I love that. Yeah. And you're right. It's all paying off. And I've seen your energy. I've felt it. I've seen your excitement. And that's the genuineness of what we do here, right, guys? Like, having so many conversations with individual people can be like the most head-banging, frustrating experience, but because we're dealing with people, right? And people are amazing, but they're also super frustrating. And you have to always remember that everybody is on their own time, just like you are on your own time. You know, I mean, I have to tell people no to things all the time because it's not my time. And it doesn't mean I'm saying no for forever. It's just not the right time for me for that thing. And so we have to remember that with other people's journeys. And I love that you went back and shared the compensation plan. I actually did the same thing this week with one of my new customers. Elizabeth Laconi posted this. She posted a picture and she had this in her picture. And I was like, I need that. Give me that. And it's this little, like, it's from Amazon. I can give you guys the link later, but it's a whiteboard that it's like stands up. And so I literally recorded myself on my phone drawing out the comp plan, and I texted to her. It was 4 minutes on a text, and she was like, "Oh my God!" And I was like, really cute. I was really cute. She's like, "You're so cute." I'm like, "I know," but you know, it was like such a fun, non-threatening way to say, "Hey, listen, we didn't get a chance to talk about this, but it's my job to show you this. You do whatever you want with the information, but I'm putting it in your hands. You need to know this." And I did it with my face. And I said her name over and over again, right? And I was like, and probably your mom and like your best friend are totally going to want to do this with you. You know, and I made it feel like I was having that conversation with her, even though I was just recording myself. So if you're struggling getting that in on the phone with somebody, or you're finding you're not able to get on the phone with somebody, record yourself doing the comp plan on little whiteboard. Oh, you want me to post it? Okay, I will. It's over 2 videos, but that's okay. I will send that. Okay. Who's next? Like I told my students,
We're just gonna stare. Jessica's right.
I used to tell my students all the time, "That's cool. I got nowhere to be."
Let's see how awkward this can get. We'll just go.
So awkward.
Thank you.
I was reading. Can't do 2 things at once, just one at a time. Well, kind of, you guys can hear me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Just to kind of go with what everyone else is kind of feeling, I think it's the back to school thing. I don't know. It's, you know, my little girl started kindergarten, and that is a whole new ball game is public schools. Like, I am out of my element. But
Jess, it's a whole new network, Mama.
That's what I thought. I was like, ooh, you, yeah. Like, but what it did is it actually is getting me on a much better schedule, because, you know, I have to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and she, you know, and I'm getting home earlier because I have to haul ass all the way back to, you know, 40 minutes away from my job to pick her up. But I'm able to, you know, find little pockets of time to message people a lot better with that. And that's kind of my big takeaway with Nashville. A lot of takeaways, a lot of wine, a lot of takeaways, but
a lot of dancing.
Just to find, you know, everyone's busy. That's my biggest thing. Is I know everyone's busy. So if you with 2 kids, you with 3 kids, you with a full-time job, everyone can do it. So, you know, there's no reason why I can't do it, is kind of like a big takeaway. And I do a little like bonus is my aunt Lisa is, well, Auntie Lisa doesn't like being called Lisa. She doesn't like me calling her Lisa. So I enrolled her back in April, I think, and it just wasn't her time. I didn't push her to do it, but, you know, my mom was doing, we were all doing it. It was kind of like she just kind of jumped in, and then just kind of, you know, it fizzled out. She returned her products, and then just last week she was like, you know what? I want to take a look at the business with you. And I was like, great. Yeah, let's do it. And here she is. So, I mean,
Awesome.
even no's and returns can be.
Hi, Lisa. We're so happy you're here. I love that. And that's just a testimony to timing, right? I mean, Abby and I talked about that today. Like, timing is everything. I mean, it literally is. And so we're so happy you're here, Lisa. reach out, use us, ask any questions. I love that. And Jess, you're so right. I mean, going back to Zach Slobin in Nashville, like how powerful was the fight back? Like that to me changed me, because not fight back in like a, my brother hit me, I'm going to fight back kind of thing, right? But like fight back against time management, like fight back against our situations. Like if you're on this call, you've decided that you want whatever sort of dream or freedom that you've decided Isagenix can provide for you. So how are you willing to fight back against the inevitable things that will come your way to stop you? I mean, it's inevitable. Like there's always going to be something. So what are you willing to do to fight back? And that was really powerful for me. Actually, I think I need to go back and watch that tomorrow morning. Thank you for sharing that, Jess. I had so much fun with you in Nashville. You're so cute. Okay. Who else is gonna share?
Well, I would love to. If I'm allowed to share, I have a mermaid pin, and I feel like I deserve the right to share and present the microphone because it's open mic night. So I have to say that doing this for 5 years and hitting millionaire doesn't mean you still don't get nervous as all get out when you're meeting with somebody to talk about the business opportunity. I still get nervous. I still get nervous approaching people. I get butterflies every time. And I so appreciated when Morgan went live to talk about how she presented. I'm still learning. Like, you guys don't understand. I learn from each of you. You don't need to be at a certain level to like be a leader or not, or, that's the beauty of this, is we're all in constant learning mode. And I personally loved how Morgan, if you guys haven't watched her live video, she went live about how she presented the income opportunity to one of her friends. And I just love, Morgan, how you wove in the pencil pitch and how you even said what you wanted to talk about more next time. And I love how you talked about the difference between financial success and being, I can't even, what is it again? The difference between being financially free and financially successful, and how they're two very different things. And, I've had a couple meetings this week, and this one meeting, I was ready. Like, I listened to Morgan's video. I felt really confident. And guess what? I didn't even draw it out. And I'll tell you why. Andrea went live about this too. We are dating, right? And, I joked on our last call about, you guys just have to go for the jugular. I said the word jugular like 10 times. I've never said that word like that many times in my life. But, I talked about sometimes you just got to tell people, hey, you're awesome. I want to introduce you to something that's changed my life. Are you open, right? Well, so once you have a meeting with them and they're like, sure, sometimes the time isn't right to be like, let me show you just how this works, okay? Because, especially if you don't really know them that well. So like, but why I'm sharing this is that don't feel discouraged if the timing isn't right to draw out the comp plan, because we are planting seeds when we're having these meetings. And like Abby said, she's excited. She's not sure where it's going to go, but she took the first step. I took the first step, and I found someone who's like amazing. And she's like, listen, I don't know if it's going to be for me, but I'm really impressed by you. And I really love your excitement and your passion. So at the end of the day, I'm like, that's really cool. I feel like I met a new genuine friend. It didn't feel right to show her the comp plan, and that is freaking fine, because guess what? I'm going to keep following up with her. And timing is everything. So at the end of the day, watching Morgan's video, I loved the way you put it. I loved how you articulated it, Morgan. It worked for my brain, and you can hear people over and over and over again. And we can hear Susan Miller whisper sweet nothings in her ear. How you laid it out was better than what I hear from Susan. I'm just going to be very frank. And so I now feel 11 times more confident because I practiced it and I was prepared. And I'm like, I have this like pep in my step because it's still scary for me. You know, so I wanted to thank you, Morgan, because I really appreciate how much you practiced, and I really appreciate that you go live and you want to share it with everybody. And I would really encourage you guys to go and listen to her live and practice it. So that's just my takeaway. Thank you, Morgan.
Yes. And y'all, if you heard last Friday's comp plan call, Morgan, I mean, Susan Miller is incredible. And clearly Morgan is learning from Susan, right? We're all learning from Susan. But like Amanda said, the way that Morgan articulated it, the way she had confidence. And here's the cool thing. Like, Susan Miller is brilliant, but Susan Miller has earned millions and millions and millions of dollars. And so sometimes she feels a little out of reach to me, right? Hearing Morgan emulate that and say it in her own power at 27, right? You're 27. At 27 years old, without any fear, at least that we felt. You may have had a little fear, Morgan, and that's understandable. It was amazing. And Amanda and I are on a text thread, obviously, with all of the morning call leaders because, you know, we talk. And the text thread was blowing up about Morgan, how impressed they were with her. And now, because we were so impressed with her, Amanda and I have gotten Morgan to present the pencil pitch at the Atlanta Super Saturday. So Morgan was going to have her first stage debut. She's coming down to Atlanta. She was already coming, y'all. First of all, whoa, back up. She was already coming. Text us and she's like, "I'm coming. Can I stay with one of you?" We were like, "Of course."
We're like drooling.
Here comes Morgan. She's getting on an airplane, which is amazing. And then like 10 minutes later, we're like, "Oh, by the way, you're getting on stage." But you're right. You're so right, Amanda. I mean, like, just you crushed it, Morgan. And that's our segue to you. It's your turn. Go.
Well, thank you guys. Oh my gosh, thank you. I was gonna raise my hand regardless of what you said because I just feel like these last few weeks, I've taken the time to step into it, right? I've taken the time to step into my own power. I've taken the time to be like, I've learned the material. I know this stuff. I wrote it out. I know it. And now I just have to speak it. And I have to fumble over it. And I have to do it. You guys want to see my pencil pitch? So what did I do on those calls? I read from my own script. What do I do when I'm on my calls with everybody else? I have my camera set up and I'm still reading from my script until it seems totally natural that I can do it out in the open without it, but I'm still using it because this is like my security blanket when I get on the phone call with somebody. But it doesn't go perfect every time, but I am feeling so fired up. And when we see everybody else getting on the call and everybody saying they're in whatever season they're in, but they're still deciding to go forward with this, they're still deciding to do it. Oh, it makes me so excited. Like, that's what it's about. Like, I've been setting up calls and I've been like, no, I get on Zoom calls. That's what I do. You want to talk to me? We're going to get on a Zoom call. Here's a free link. That's what I do. That's how I run my business. You want to talk to me about the business? We're going to get on a Zoom call. Like, I stopped letting the people that come to me dictate how I was going to go back to them. Granted, I meet them where they're at. Well, do you want to just talk or do you want to communicate, through Messenger here? I find Messenger's a lot slower. It's a lot easier to just hop on a call and go through things. Like, I definitely still meet them where they're at, but your time is valuable. Every single one of us, our time is valuable. I also find that far too long, yes, we love people where they're at, but we spend too long sometimes with that because we really want it and you're afraid to move on. Well, if they're not ready, go find another person. And then go find another person, and go find another person. Don't forget about them. That's why we have our list. That's why we nurture it, and that's why we follow up. But if it's not their time, you can't keep doing this all the time and expecting a different result when they're not ready. And I just feel like I've started to really lately, step into that. Like, somebody posted she was looking for a job to work from home. I normally wouldn't have sent her a message. I'm not going to lie. And so I think I shared this too. Instead of sending her a typed out Facebook Messenger, I wrote out the message I would have texted to her on a sheet of paper. And I was like, I'm going to be different because I'm reaching out to her because I know I have an opportunity and she might be getting spammed left and right from people that are like, come check out me. But I know that I have something and I know that she's looking for another solution too. I know that. She's a young mom. She's talked about being overstressed, things like that. So I took that message and I sent her a voice message. We just got off the call tonight where we talked all about the compensation plan. She's going back through it. She asked me to send the stuff I drew out via the Zoom call. Can you send me those papers that you just drew out for me? Where will it go? I don't know. But I did it, and I'm taking my voice rather than just my text. And I was scared, guys. Like, I was scared. And I was like, you know what? The best way I'm going to do it is to write out exactly what I would have said to her in text, and I'm going to read my own script. And I'm going to send it to her via voice. And I'm just going to go, and I'm going to go, and I'm going to go, and who's ever coming with me is coming with me, and who's going to stay behind, they're going to stay behind.
Love it.
Boom.
That is so good. That is so good.
So good. I mean, some advice we've always been told is treat your business like you already have a team of 10,000 people, right? Like you said, Marie, like your team is, or your time is so valuable. And if you have that posture of like, listen, this is how I do my business, they're going to duplicate that, right? I always ask yourself, and what I'm doing right now, is that duplicatable? I can answer every single question pretty much that somebody throws at me, but I don't take the time to do that. Why? Because there's a tool that answers it better and more efficiently. And guess what? They can use that same tool. And, you know, it's just, how am I duplicatable right now? Right? I had a call with a 22-year-old personal trainer today. The call lasted about 7 minutes. Followed up with videos, and I told him to go follow James McLeod and Hayden Bavra and Zach Slobin. Why? Because that's who he needs to be following. That's who he's going to relate to. He wants to blow up this business, but he's a baby, right? So, but he's busy. So at the same time, I'm like, I could sit here and talk at him all for a while. I'm experienced, but what's going to duplicate this? And I literally said, you send this, you tell him to do this, go do this, go, right? So I love that more. Yeah.
That's one extra thing to share, because you just said it. Andrea said too, she gave this new person that came into her team that was looking for a business, gave him a task and said to go. I've really struggled with that, where I've given people a task and they haven't done it, and then they've come back to me and I've given more. So if you're giving somebody a task and they haven't done it, that's when you have to take a second and look at yourself and be like, you need to do this before you give them the next task, right? If somebody's come to you and said, I'm looking for the business, exactly what Andrea said, if you give a person that task, they have to complete that task for you to know that they're just as serious in their life, and you'll show up for them if they've done it, but there's no reason that you should be. If they can't do it, then what makes you think they're going to keep doing the next thing or the next thing? If you give somebody a task, make sure they complete it. The assessment is a perfect example of what Amanda was talking about too. Using that assessment. I use that a lot with new people. If I don't know them, hey, fill this assessment. Our call's booked. And if they don't fill it out, I've canceled 2 calls. Hey, why don't you, when you have time and you can fill out that assessment, we can reschedule our call, because that's really important for me to know that information before we move forward.
I love it.
That's so awesome. All right. Thank you, Morgan, for sharing. Does anybody else want to share to close out our call? Stephanie, I'm looking at you with your cute hat on. Is Brad still there?
Oh, wait. Let me unmute her.
You're such a teacher, Andrea.
Crazy. You just popcorned me, didn't you? Okay, so I knew you were going to call me out, so I ran upstairs and got my notebook. I was like, she's going to call me out. I got to get off video because I got to be prepared. So we all love Joshua Plant, and he did that awesome live yesterday. But I took some notes when he was presenting at Celebration, and the 2 things that I've got like stars next to here, like they just fit perfectly with so many things you guys have said tonight. The first one, the greatest growth happens before the world can even see it. So Camille, Abby, all of you guys, you're doing all this work and you're like, I can't harvest anything yet. Well, just know that it's happening behind the scenes. No one can see it yet, but it's coming. I got an Instagram message like a couple days ago, and Brad was laughing at me.
And it was a girl that's never reached out to me before. I've never reached out to her. She's never been on any of my lists. And her message said, okay, I need to know more about this. Like I've been bugging her or something, right? But if you just consistent, it happens. So growth is happening even if we can't see it. The other thing is, I feel like, Morgan, this is like a perfect mantra for you. What others perceive as an obstacle, we perceive as an opportunity. So anytime things feel really hard and you're like, I just can't do it, I don't know what to do, I don't know what to say, we perceive it as an opportunity. And I just feel like that's what's going on right here. So just 2 takeaways, 2 big ones.
I love it. And how incredible was Dr. Plant? Like that, I felt like such a sigh of relief when he spoke. And I was like, they did it. It was like the missing piece of the puzzle, because we've never really had a personality from the science side of our products. You know, I mean, obviously our products are incredible, and they've had trainers and people try to teach us about things, but like nobody has done it like Dr. Plant. And I feel really excited about him and what he's doing for this company. And I was super impressed by that. So I'm just going to read y'all's messages real quickly.
We're just talking about how cute Dr. Plant is.
Yeah, he is cute and funny. Okay. No, you guys, all of your shares were amazing tonight. Thank you for open mic night. I think we'll have to do this more often, Amanda.
I think so. I love it. It's just fun to hear from you all and like what's working. Or what.
Do that in our podcast. We'll be like, what do you guys think? And I'm like, why don't you do your podcast voice?
Oh, was I doing that?
No, I do that.
Oh, I was like, I don't even know. No, this was really great. I can't get enough of hearing from you guys, and we all grow from hearing from other people's experiences and what's challenging you, what's not, what's growing you, and we're all just moving in such a great direction together, and I love it. So keep sharing, you guys, keep reaching out. The assessments I'm really having fun with, and you know, it's another way of showing people how duplicatable this business is, you know? And I love what Morgan says, if someone's not going to fill it out, I'm not going to take the time to talk to them because they're not serious about it, you know? And so I think that's a great, I know that I kind of am big on that right now, but I'm loving it. So I think it might be.
Or when they fill it out and they say that their interest level's a 3.
Yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you to get healthy? And they're like a 3. And I'm like, why are we talking?
Yeah, I think those people, like, I always take that one with a grain of salt because I think they're trying to play hard to get. And then they get into it and then they're like, I have migraines, my digestive tract's a mess. And you're like, I see what you're doing here. I see what you're doing. I got you figured out. Anyway, we love you guys. This was a great call, and we'll see you next Wednesday. We'll have some more training. It probably won't be open mic, but as always, we love to hear from you guys. So come with any takeaways too and questions and whatnot.
Bye, y'all.
Bye. I'll post this recording soon. See you guys.